Windy City Live After Dark. We're continuing our conversation about incontinence and the new Intone device with Dr. Streicher that we just talked about. And I want to ask you, are there any other benefits to strengthening the pelvic floor?
No, absolutely, because the thing is when you have a weak pelvic floor, not only does it make your bladder drop, but it also makes your other organs potentially drop. In addition, there's a reason why 40% of women who have incontinence avoid being sexual. And it's because A, they lose urine, and they're worried about the odor. And the other is actually up to 60% of women who are incontinent are not able to have an orgasm because their pelvic floor isn't strong. It doesn't contract appropriately. Now, the Intone device that I was telling you about is a prescription device that you need to get from your doctor. But if really incontinence isn't your issue and you just want to strengthen your pelvic floor, there's an over-the-counter device, which is much less expensive, that has a lot of the same principles and will really make your pelvic floor stronger.
Well, don't you get those devices at Lover's Lane?
No, they do not. Those are vibrators, and that is completely different. This is not a vibrator. And actually, you can get it at G Boutique right here in Chicago. And what this is
this it?
Well, there's two of them. This is the one that's just to strengthen the pelvic floor, and just like before, you can pump it up. There's a little stimulation that will help your muscles. It's a Kegel at home. Essentially, it's an automatic Kegel device. But there is another component for a woman to have an orgasm other than having a strong pelvic floor that contracts and releases. There also needs to be some clitoral stimulation. So this is why it's after dark. And this is the same thing, only in addition to the
no, this is not the same thing. There is
well, then you can, if you want, you can put your finger. Yes, it does.
But wait, here's what, I don't know if you can see this. Can you get in quite tight? There are 3 little fingers there.
Yes.
Maybe that's been the issue.
Well, but
the issue.
No, but the point is this isn't just about, I mean, this is a vibrator, this part. And anyway, you could spend, $20 on a vibrator. This is not a vibrator because really the purpose of this is to do Kegels. It's like having a home gym for your pelvic floor that will cause you to be able to have much more of a response. And this is important, and it will help you when you're not using the device. This isn't just about using the device. This is really about strengthening your pelvic floor muscles, increasing blood flow, making them contract in a very coordinated fashion, and then tying that response to the other response. Where's Ryan?
You still have to pump it up, though.
Oh, yeah, because you want it to fit you. Everyone's a different size. And then you can...
But I think that here's what I think may be a wee bit confusing. Do you get, is the added bonus the orgasm, do you get that while you're using this or after you've used it because it increases your pelvic floor?
Both, and that's a great question. You do have an orgasm while you're using the device.
You can't have an orgasm while using this.
You, like on steroids. I mean,
this is a serious issue.
No, it's serious because we're not just talking about incontinence. There are many women who've never had an orgasm in their life and who have medical problems such that they don't have good blood flow, diabetes, heart disease. I mean, I see these women, this is what my book is about, Flexibility, that's coming out. In fact, there's a survey. I want everyone to go to the Windy City Live Facebook page to take my survey that talks about these kinds of issues because going forward, I want to reveal what the viewers, what their experiences are in terms of their own sexual.
How much is
this? This one is $200. Now, think about what a night out costs.
Now, I have to tell you, I could never go anywhere with my mother because every 20 minutes she had to go to the bathroom. But what's she going to do if I send her this?
She'll be sending you a big thank you note is what she's going to do. You know what's actually interesting? That the inventor of Intone, that device, he invented it for his mother. This is true. He had invented a number of other devices, and his mother said, when are you going to invent a device to help me? I am going to the bathroom, I'm losing urine, I'm wearing diapers. Do something. And he did, and he invented that, and they found along the way that it had these other benefits, which is why they...
So your patients are coming back to you telling you that they really are...
Well, my patients, I'm using Intone with my patients, and they are getting, really amazing results. I have women who literally have gone from wearing diapers and dark clothes all day to being completely dry.
Do you now recommend this over your surgery that you do with the mesh?
I recommend both. They each have, a lot of people don't want to have surgery, and I certainly think it's appropriate to give both options. But I also think it's appropriate to try something non-surgical first, and then then if that, for whatever reason, isn't getting the result that you want, you always can have surgery. So it really is something that's very helpful for women's health, and it's good information.
And it's got a bonus.
And it's got the bonus.
Big bonus, right? Yeah, depending on thank you so much, Dr. Lauren Streicher, for being here, and thank you so much for watching Windy City After Dark. We'll see you tomorrow at 11 a.m.